Do you know all the patients who are undergoing elective surgery, out of them 5% will surely develop infection post surgery. Skin subcutaneous infection, also known as SSI, according to CDC, is preventable cause in half of the patient. Moreover, if the patient gets infected in hospital and develops SSI post surgery, it's a matter of concern for hospital authority too. Patient can be refused for insurance claim due to that. This makes prevention of SSI more important. So exactly what is surgical site infection or SSI in short? It is an infection that occurs during 30 days of surgery in the part of the body where surgery took place. Its usual symptoms are signs of inflammation like redness, pain around the site, or collection or drainage of cloudy material from surgical wound with or without fever. SSI, depending upon depth of involvement of tissue, is subclassified as superficial SSI when involvement or infection is only up to subcutaneous tissue, or it is termed as deep incisional SSI when deep tissue of skin like fascia and muscles are involved, or lastly, organ or space SSI when infection reached up to the organ or space around it. There are various risk factors involved in development of SSI. Let's go in detail and find various ways in which SSI occurs in a hospital. To reduce bacterial load from skin of patient before surgery, it is important that patient should take bath with antiseptic soap based solution where chlorhexidine is preferred a night prior. In many studies, it has been proven that it is the infected skin flora which later causes SSI. If there is wound in body before surgery, such wound needs a fresh change of dressing. Preparation of surgical part. It is important that hair over the surgical site should be removed with clipper but never with a razor. Razor causes minute bleeding which gives access to microorganisms. Bacteria are normally present always on the hands of caregiver. If one doesn't perform hand hygiene before handling the target skin surface, SSI is bound to occur later. So proper scrubbing of hand is important. Hand wash by caregiver, especially when patient is taken for surgery. Surgeon and nurses should do hand scrubbing with 7 steps of hand hygiene for adequate time. The time it should be done is minimum 2 minutes. After scrubbing oneself, it is also important to wear sterile scrubs with complete personal protective equipment, and sterility is not compromised anywhere. Surgical instruments used in during OT can act as a source of infection if they are not autoclaved properly. So look for indicators on tray for confirmation of sterility. Before giving surgical incision, if antibiotic concentration in tissue is at its peak, this peak concentration prevents SSI. Chances of SSI increase if at all antibiotics are not given or given but in inappropriate dose. So dosing of antibiotic is important. We will discuss this issue in much detail in later part of this lecture. Do type of surgery play any role in causing SSI? Certain surgery requiring prolonged duration of OT like CABG, colon surgery or surgery with lots of tissue handling like abdominal laparotomy or hysterectomy are invariably those surgery which are known to have higher chances of developing SSI later in the course of hospital stay of the patient. Fifth and the most important factor responsible for SSI is the OT environment itself. If OT has not installed any system for filtration of air, like in modern OTs, now we have laminar flow with HEPA filter. Without it, it's bound to have higher particulate count in the air, meaning bacterial count in air is more. So the surgery might have higher chances of infection. There is a dedicated lecture on maintaining the sterile OT environment. We will go into much deeper later on it. Other important factors in OT which are important to be considered are maintaining recommended set temperature like 21 degrees Celsius. It's the temperature where inhibition growth of bacteria is seen. Number 2, keeping humidity between 40 to 60%. If OT environment is more humid, there are more chances of fungal growth on OT surfaces. Head count, meaning number of people stationed in OT other than what is not required. Unnecessary or extra staff should be kept to minimum in operating room. Number 4, restrict the number of times OT door is open during surgery. Is also one of the factors for causing SSI to the patient. OT door should be closed completely during the surgery.